On this episode of the Winning Edge Coaches Show, we're going to talk about the most powerful offense in youth ball, the Beast offense. Now, I have some screens I'm going to share. I got the game film we'll go through, but I just want to talk a little bit about the offense as a whole. It's the Beast offense stemmed from the single wing. It's essentially the single wing. We run it a little differently, whereas like the single wing has an unbalanced line. We have a balanced line with an unbalanced backfield. Single wing has an unbalanced line and typically an unbalanced backfield. So I think those are some of the important differences. However, the Beast offense is the most powerful offense in youth football for these reasons. One, it just will allow you to outnumber and outflank the defense at the point of attack. Defenses typically overshift or don't shift at all. And if they overshift, you can run, you can work the counter game away. If they don't shift at all, you just run it down their throat and there's really nothing they can do about it. So, you could outflank the defense at the point of attack. It's also very difficult to align to. I'll show you in a second how we line up our beast formation, but it creates alignment conflict. It forces the defense to overshift, or they're just going to keep getting beat. And then one low key thing about the beast offense is the passing game. Since it's such a dominant force in the run game, the play action passing game out of it's really good too. And you're direct snapping to your best players, right? So I'm sure your best back could also throw. So you definitely can work in some passing game out of the beast as well. So it's great. And then lastly, it's great for all age levels and team skill sets. If I have a team that isn't very good, the beast still is good for us. It's still our best stuff. If my team's very good, we just dominate with the beast. We just, like I said, it's the most powerful offense in football. It's good. It's good if you're not that good skill-wise or size-wise or speed-wise. And it's fantastic if you have good athletes. So you could really dominate teams if you got some players with this. Guys, if you have anything, questions, comments, anything, just throw them in the chat. I'll be sure to answer them. This is my first time live, believe it or not, on Youth Football Online on our YouTube. Been around since 2010, and this is the first time I've ever went live on YouTube. So, I'm hoping the share screen stuff works out. I have some play diagrams for you, and I have some game film as well. So let's go over just an overview of the offense, how we run the beast. There's a lot of different variations. Let me share my screen here. Hopefully you guys see that. All right, and if you guys don't see it, just please let me know. All right, so this is the beast offense. This is how we run it. Again, there's so many different variations to it, and maybe I'll take you through a couple other ones. But this is the base beast formation. We have a 3-man surface to the right, 3-man surface to the left. All right, we have our our beast backs, we call them, to the right. We have our direct snap player here, and we have our running back here. Now, for us, we're going to direct snap to our best player, okay, our best running back. And then, this position's kind of rotated between our 2 best kids. Sometimes we'll take our 3rd best kid and put him here. But honestly, if you have a mobile quarterback, you could implement this as well. You don't have to do direct snaps to your best running back. You could direct snap to a mobile quarterback, a quarterback that could run and throw, and utilize him in this scheme as well. Now, we're going to have our traditional tight end type players. We're going to have our traditional offensive tackle type players. Those are usually our best linemen, and our guards are a little more athletic because we are a wing T team too as well, so we do pull. So we like to be a little bit more athletic at guards. Again, this is our best player. We're going to direct snap to our best back, and it's interchangeable. We could switch kids. One play we'll have Lucas, the next play we'll have Dan there. Just throwing out names as an example. This is our next best back, so our 2 best kids are going to be here and here. All right, and then like I said, they're interchangeable, so you could switch the 2. Our 2 best kids will be here, and then our next best running back, that's more so our most physical back, will be here. And then we have another fullback type, tight end type player here. These need to be 2 of your more physical kids, especially the 4. All right, so you need to be more of your physical kids. And that's just basically how we align and how we where we put our players. So this would be beast right for us. And let me see beast left. I'm pretty sure you guys can see it. Hopefully everything's going smooth. If it's not, please let me know in the chat if you guys see this. Making sure the share screen works. Again, it's my first time on live with us, so be easy on me. But this will be beast left, right? It just tells 2 back, the 3, and the 4 that they're lining up to the left. Beast right was the diagram I showed you before. So that's the beast. Formation wise, let me show you guys some game film. Not game film, some diagrams. I'm sorry. All right, so that's the beast formation. I'm going to show you. I'll show you guys blast, sweep, and then maybe buck away. All right, so here's sweep. You could see how you basically just outnumber the defense at the point of attack, right? You have 6 blockers with a direct snap player. Let's see where here is. Can't see where here and here is. Coach, do you see me? Do you see the play diagram now, Richard? But here's our sweep. All right, this kid is offset a little bit wider than usual. He's going to seal. The 3 is going to arc for backer. Okay, cool. Thanks, Coach. Again, it's my first time doing live for us, and we've been Youth Football Online's been around since 2010, and it's the first time we're hopping onto YouTube live. We're usually on IG live or Facebook live, but we do line up our beast backs a little bit wider so we could seal, get leverage. Our 2 backs going to block the corner with direct snap go. Doesn't get any simpler than that, right? Very simple play. That's sweep. Sweep. Let's go our ISO. We got blast here. I'm sure we do somewhere. I'll find blast for you. All right, here's our interior run. All right, we call it ISO. Beast right, ISO. You call it whatever you want. We would call this 14 ISO. If it was beast left, it'd be 13 ISO. So anytime we're running ISO, we're going to get an automatic double team on a nose guard. So when the nose guard is over our center, or when our center is covered, we're going to double the nose. And our 2 backs going to insert. We're going to isolate the middle linebacker. We're going to step. We're going to base. We're going to insert the 3. We're going to arc the 4. So it kind of looks like sweep action. And the tight end's just going to base out. So simple downhill run. All right. You definitely want to run ISO at gaps. When I say gaps between the linemen, like you can see, we got nice step down, base out angles. There's a gap between the center and the right tackle. So that's where we want to run. We also have a good look to run like a C-gap ISO here. You could, but we don't run C-gap ISO. We'll run C-gap blast. All right, so we're going to insert here, and we're going to isolate that middle linebacker. All right, yeah, there's ISO. Hits a little bit wider. All right, well, I probably should show you the blast play first. I should show you the blast play first, but let's go to counter because that's our play off of blast or off of sweep action. This is our GH counter. All right, we call this is typically our H back, but we label them as a 3. So we'll run blast, we'll run sweep this side, we'll run ISO to the beast back side. This is our primary play away from the beast. All right, so away from the beast side of the formation. And I like it too because you got the 2 back going away. He kind of serves as a nice key breaker. If you're worried about penetration over the guard, you could have the 2 back fill here. The 3 will wrap first. He'll go and fill here if you're worried about penetration. But for us, we like to have the 2 back lead out. We like to have the 4 arc because it looks like, excuse me, it looks like sweep. So we're key breaking with these kids. So quarterback or direct snap player is going to catch the ball. He's going to take 2 steps. As this 3 crosses his face, he's going to plant and cut right off the 3 back's wrap block. Now our right guard, this is a longer kick out. So he really needs to open up and go. He's going to open up. He's going to stay tight. And the aiming point is the inside hip of this defensive end. We want to root him out. So aiming point is the inside hip. Our shoulder and header on the inside. We kick them out. We run our feet. Our tight end and tackle are going to get an automatic double team on the play side defensive tackle. This tackle may be here. This tackle may be here. But wherever he is, we're getting an automatic double team on him because we've got to get this kid moved. So we're going to get a double team here. The backside guard's going to pull. He's going to kick right off the butt of these down blocks. He's going to kick out. Our left guard has inside over free blocking rules, so there's no one on his inside, no one over. He's free for backer. Right tackle's replacing the guard. Tight end's replacing the tackle. We're going to arc as a key breaker here. All right, so that's our counter. Let's see what plays we got next. There's counter to the other side versus even front. All right. So here's our main play away from the B side. All right. So we got beast right. Here's our. It's not a counter run. There's no counter backfield action really. I mean the direct snap player is going there, but it's just buck for us. So we're going gap down backer. Gap down backer are our rules for our play side tackle and tight end. All right. So no one in our gap, no one down. We're going to backer. Defender in our gap. We're blocking down. The play side guard's going to pull. He's going to kick. Aiming point is that inside hip of the defender. He's kicking out. All right. And the backside guard's going to pull wrap for this linebacker. Two backs going to stay flat, take the handoff, get right behind that guard, and cut off the wrapping guard's block. And then we're going to insert, and this kind of looks a little bit more so like blast for us. So that's our buck play. Let me show you against an odd front here. All right, this is buck the other way, gap down back. We're going to pull. We're going to kick out this defensive end regardless. All right. You can have the tight end base him and then pull and kick here. All right, let me fix this. Just this diagram. This was just a tag we had. This is the base way. This is the base way of running it. What I showed you before is just an adjustment we made. But yeah, gap down backer. He's in his gap. We're blocking down. We're blocking him. Gap down backer. There's a defender in his over the lineman inside of him. So that's a down call. We're blocking. We're going to pull, kick the contain player, pull wrap for the play side linebacker. All right, so that's buck. Let me find blast for you guys. Let me find blast for you guys. I have no idea why it's not on here, but I will find it in a second for you. There it is. All right. Let me share the screen again. All right, guys, here's the blast play. Probably the first play I should have shown you because all the plays that kind of work off of blast and sweep. But blast is great because you could see how many people you're getting at the point of attack, right? You have 6 blockers over really essentially 3 play side defenders. Obviously, the mic could run and fit. So either way, you're having 6 over 4. And this is if the defense doesn't shift. If they overshift, that's when you run the GH counter. That's when you run buck away. So you could see if the defense doesn't shift. Blast, my favorite play. Play 9 versus 9. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a great play, man. For all age levels, it's simple, right? It's easy to install. You install it in a minute, and you could just see like you're outnumbering and outflanking the defense, really. Like I said, we have 6 blockers, and there's really essentially over they only have 3 defenders over our 6, counting the mic inserting, and you want to count the corner. Who cares about the corner? But so we'll say 4. Maybe the nose guard slant still doesn't matter. So they're going to have 6 over 4. So if the defense doesn't shift, you're just going to run it down their throat, right? Like there's nothing they can do to stop this if they don't shift, because there's just there's so many players at the point of attack that it's just like too much for the defense. Just think of it like this too, not even counting numbers, right? You got to be gap sound from a defensive standpoint, right? So it's A, B, C, D gap. Essentially with 2 linemen, you're pretty much making 2 to 3 more gaps. So it's not just 4 gaps here. It's really like 5 or 6 if you really want to, really count from a gap standpoint. You got 2 guys here stacked. You got a guy here. It's a tough alignment for the defense. It really is. And I'm really glad teams don't run the beast as much in our league, which is great. We're kind of the only team that does it. But, yeah, the beast is great. And the blast play is one of the best plays in football. All right, so these are plays that are in our beast formation playbook bundle. All right, so that playbook's available on youthfootballonline.com. Definitely check it out. All these plays are in it. But let me take you through a couple different formations. Here's the beast base formation. All right, this is what we call beast tank. All right, where we don't have an up back, we have the back up here. So now we have 3-man surface with 3 blockers behind it. So it's really a lot. This is even more. The game away from the B side isn't as powerful as if this back was here, but you still have the counter. You still have GH counter or GT counter here, you know. But this is just another nasty way to align, and you could run blast again. Oops, sorry. You could just run blast again, and here's one of my favorite formations. It's sorry guys, bear with me here. Still using trying to figure out how to use this live. All right, here's one of our favorite. This is very much more single wingish. We have a 3-man surface here, only a 2-man surface away. And this is a formation we call Diesel. We'll run blast, we'll run counter, we'll run sweep. We do have a pretty good passing game out of this. Again, if your quarterback is mobile, you could direct snap to him and let him run the ball. So sometimes we have a mobile quarterback, some years we don't. But this will be our quarterback, even though we're snapping to a running back. We'll still label it as a Q, and it'll be technically our 1 back in our numbering system. All right, but you could see how this creates alignment conflict. You have a strong 3-man surface with an H-back or wing, whatever you want to call them, and then you also have a tailback offset to that side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers here, and then you also have a passing strength. So it has a heavy run strength to this side. It also has a heavy pass strength to this side. So what the going 2 wide receivers does is it forces them to pull a defender out of the box or pull the safety over. They're going to pull a defender inside here out to cover them. If they don't, we just say check now, or we'll verbally go like this. That'll tell the direct snap player he's going to catch, turn, and throw to our W that's running like a now screen. So you could see how a lot of times with this formation, you get this nice leverage and numbers advantage right on the edge here. You get a nice down block, got a nice down block leverage here, a nice kick out leverage here, and we just run blast. We'll double here, and I do have a pen. We'll double here, here, and then we just base block everything inside over free. So you could kind of see like it's a nasty formation. So yeah, Diesel is definitely one of my favorite formations. When we go back, I can show you a couple other formations here. Just bear with me. Beast formations. Here we go. All right, this is we have a beast type, beast heavy, and we have a bunch of these formations on our YouTube already. Beast type formation, we have plays out of that. We have all these plays. I did a video breakdown of all these plays. Okay, we have beast heavy. I did a video breakdown of that. The diamond, the river formation I didn't do yet, but that'll be done shortly. But yeah, like let's look at the beast type formation. Here we go. I like it because it's balanced, but you're also putting 2 wings here. I like 1 wing a little bit wider, and then on this side I like 1 wing a little more compressed because we get more of our interior run here where we could go like A or B gap power. We could kick out here. He could climb here. He could base here. All right, so you could see how this is a little more balanced. So it gives you, you could go right, you could go left. So it's a little more of a balanced look. All right, so that's the beast type, beast heavy. Beast heavy formation. All right, now we got a 4-man surface, very single wingish here. So we have 4-man surface. We'll bring our left tackle over. All right, so this is essentially a tackle over formation with the tight end still staying attached. So we got a 4-man surface, H-back here, fullback or tailback here, and then we do have a nice 3-man blocking combination here. We got a 2-man surface with the wing. So we do have some options if teams overshift because we're still pretty strong with having 3 blockers here because we could always pull 1 to get 4 and hand to him. We could pull 1, get 4, step this way, plant, and come back this way on a QB counter. All right. So this formation is tough, man. And a lot of times this gap right here is what's going to be open. So we like to run blast there. We'll climb here, we'll double here, we'll insert here, and we'll lead through here. So you could see how this formation creates alignment conflict. When you put 4 down linemen to one side, it's tough, man. It's a very challenging formation to align to. All right, here's the beast spread. All right, we take the 3 backs like our beast tank formation. We take our 3 backs, but we put them out a little bit wider. We The inside game isn't as good here. You could still run tailback buck, gap down backer, pull kick, pull wrap. You could still maybe hand to this kid coming back this way. But this is more so what we like on outside running plays. We'll reach, and we'll arc for the backer. So, again, this is just – we'll run the same plays out of all these different formations. And what that does, it allows us to be multiple while keeping things simple for our kids. All right, here's our beast diamond formation. This is a balanced direct snap formation. We got two backs. Let me pull it up. It's a little bit here. There we go. We have balanced formation, 3-man line surface to each side. We have two backs here. So, this formation forces the defense to have to defend both sides of the field. So, it's another tough formation to account for from a defensive standpoint in regards to alignment. So, that's the beast diamond. I'll show you what we call a river formation. All right. So this is a nasty one. Teams typically like to roll their corners up or blitz them off the edge in the beast. So this split end takes the corner out of the play. We have a 2-man surface away. We have a 3-man surface to the formation side. If we said river, we line up like this to the right. If we said lake, we would line up like this opposite. I don't have lake drawn up yet, but this is that's the verbiage for it. All right, so 3-man surface with 2 backs. So again, we'll have at least 6 blockers at the point of attack. If the defense shifts, we'll run counter this way. We'll pull kick, pull wrap, run QB counter this way. We could still run buck to the F. So, this formation's great. All right, guys. So you got a good idea of – I'm going to show you guys game film in a second. But you guys got a good idea of how this formation's nasty, why it's so good, because those are tough formations to align to, guys, and they're easy to install. You could run blast, sweep, ISO. Okay, your blast will be your off-tackle run to the B side. ISO will be your interior run. Okay, we run A-gap ISO to the B side. Buck and GH counter will be your counter play opposite or your play away from the beast for when teams overshift. You can add a reverse to one of those wings, and that'll be your outside hitting play away from the B side. And then you add a play action pass or two, and you're good. And then obviously you got beast sweep, which will be your outside run to the B side. So, it'll allow you to attack all areas of the field. It'll allow you to keep things simple by only running 4 or 5 run schemes and just do them out of different formations. Pick 2 or 3 of those beast formations and run them. Now, guys, if you're interested in any of these formations, shoot me an email, youthfootball@gmail.com. We also have a lot of the formations I showed you where I already did videos on our YouTube about them. So you definitely go to our YouTube, check them out. Just type in beast or go to our playlist and search and click on the direct snap or the beast formation playlist, and you'll see all our beast formation stuff. But if you guys want the play PDFs from my Playmaker X, I can email them to you. Just tell me which ones you want. And I'll shoot them over. So youthfootballonline@gmail.com if you're interested in my PDFs. All right. So let's go over some game film. Let's share the screen here. Okay. Hopefully this works. There we go. All right. This first clip, this is from last season, a playoff game. This is a great example of how the beast is good, even when you're a little bit inferior in regard to size. I mean, we have 2 decent backs, good-sized kids. This is one of the better backs in the whole league, probably top 3 back in our whole league out of 20 teams. So it was nice having him. But you could see across the board, player for player, they are bigger than us. This team was very big. They're very physical. But the beast was an equalizer. All right, so you could see how much bigger they are than us. And you could see what I like about the beast is that even if you adjust to the beast will still win. Even if you load the box, the beast is still going to win. And here's a great example of that. You could see they do a good job of shifting over. Right? They shifted their whole defense over, and they did it a little bit late, so we couldn't get a call in to change the play. But again, even if they shift, man, we still like our matchups. We still like our chances here. So even though they shift, right, they loaded the box, loaded the B side, doesn't matter. We still win. We still get the 7 yards for a touchdown. I don't know what took so long for these refs to call touchdown. But yes, it was touchdown. But guys, you could say, like, even if they shift, it doesn't matter. We're still pretty much outnumbering them. And even if they shift to where they match numbers, they're still not a +1. We still have all of them accounted for. If they have, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So essentially it's 6 on 6, which is still good, right? We still have everyone accounted for. Obviously, there's an element of execution, but we're still winning here. Good get off. We hold our blocks. Our one blocking back got caught up, hit the line, and didn't insert. But nonetheless, guys, that's a good play. It's just Beast Blast. All right, and here's Beast Blast again. Defense doesn't shift. Okay, or they shift a little bit late, but you could see that gap. Boom, we slice it in. That's easy. We base out, boom, easy. If they don't shift, guys, we have 6 over 4. We're going to walk on in there for a touchdown. We didn't block that up great, but it still didn't matter because we outnumbered them. All right, here's a B sweep. All right, so you could see they have 2 edge defenders, right? They got a contained guy and a corner. So everyone else we're just going to outrun, and they are getting caught. We're gonna catch them in a blitz, so they're losing this pursuit player. You can see this team has decent size over us too. This was the year before last year. I think this was 2023 actually. It's 2023. No, I'm sorry, 2022. All right, but we went 10-0 and won the championship because we were good. We had one really big lineman that was pretty dominant, but we weren't the biggest, but we had a lot of good skilled kids. But here's our B sweep. All right, he's going to seal. He needs to arc. Now, on this play, I'm pretty sure this blocking back inserts himself inside rather than leading outside and arcing. So he went the wrong way. But you could still see how we have them out leveraged. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 players blocking outside. They're really only going to have 2, maybe 3 counting the middle linebacker pursuit. So we're outnumbering them. So this goes back to outnumbering. Okay, sorry, just checking something. That goes back to us outnumbering them at the point of attack and out-leveraging them. Oh, no, our 2-back inserts inside. He's supposed to go outside. Yeah, we don't want to do that. He's supposed to lead outside. I don't know why he inserts in. We have a great base out by our wing. Engages, flips his hips, seals. That's a great block. 2-back should have been blocking this kid. Maybe we score a touchdown. But nonetheless, not bad. I think this is buck away. This is buck away. All right, this is against the same team. Look, they're shifting. We knew in the second half they were going to overshift to it because we went blast, sweep, blast, sweep, blast, blast, blast. That's all we did against them in this formation. So in this play, I remember it vividly. We very much underachieved. This really should have scored. But you could see they overshift, so we just run buck this way. We block down, we pull kick, we pull wrap, we hand to our 2. So it's a great call here. And I like it to the wide side of the field. It's nice, gives options in case they spill it. But you can see they overshift. We run buck the other way. Pull, wrap, back slices that inside. Probably should have went outside here. Follow this guard. The guard wrapped and pulled inside. That's why I followed him. But this should have banged back outside a little more. But nonetheless, that's, how many yards is that? Is it 8-yard gain? Yeah, 8-yard gain. So we'll take that all day long. Defense over shifts. Boom, we go away. All right, guys, I'm going to end it on that. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'll answer them real quick. If you haven't checked out our Beast Formation Playbook Bundle, we definitely have that. Let me see if I could pull that up for you. Beast Formation. You can check it out. It's nasty playbook. It's like 60 plays. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. There it is. All right, let me share my screen. Here's our beast formation playbook, nasty playbook. There's 5-star reviews. There's a lot to it. Really good playbook, guys. Definitely check that out. It'll definitely help you. If you're scoring a lot of points, it'll help you score even more points. If you're struggling scoring, it'll help you score some more points. JP, happy you made the video today. Yeah, coach, this is my first live on YouTube. I had some of the two diagrams weren't drawn up correctly because I went in and changed some things based on the game plan thing. And I'm still kind of trying to get used to using the YouTube live. So it was our first one, but we'll do more. I appreciate you watching, coach, and I really glad it helped. And, hopefully you could use some of this stuff. So I appreciate all you guys. I got 20 people watching. That's pretty good. All right, cool, coach. Yeah, I'll hang around for another minute or two. Maybe I'll ramble on a little bit more about the beast. She got some of these formations drawn out here. But, guys, I could honestly say, awesome, coach. We appreciate the support. And if you ever want one in particular, man, shoot me an email at youthfootballonline@gmail.com. I'll hook you up with one. I mean, you already bought some, so if you want another one, I'll hook you up free. So shoot me an email. I'll send you any one you want. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you watching. But, guys, the beast formation, all right, I want to talk a little bit about the gimmick aspect of it. So maybe this video will go on a little bit longer. A lot of coaches will say this direct snap stuff is a gimmick. No problem, coach. A lot of coaches say, this is a gimmick. This isn't something they're going to use at the higher levels of football. That couldn't be any further from the truth. First off, it's used in youth football, middle school, high school, college, and the NFL. That's just a fact. The second thing is, why is it a gimmick? Is it a gimmick just because we're snapping it to a running back rather than a traditional quarterback? Like, you still have to get a proper stance, proper splits, proper firing out, practicing running the football with proper ball security, proper vision, proper kick out angle. Like, you're running how you run your traditional power out of the I formation. You're running the power out of the beast. You're just eliminating the handoff exchange from the quarterback, and you're gaining an extra blocker. Power is still power, right? We all agree that power, the power run concept, or inside zone. Let's go in inside zone, since zone's kind of like a thing now. It's like the blocking scheme now with these spread teams, right? Like, you could run inside zone out of beast. You could direct snap to your running back and still run inside zone. The blocking rules, the blocking techniques, the track of the ball carrier doesn't change just because it's a direct snap. All the popular run schemes and power counter, all the gap stuff that's used on high school, college, and NFL is executed out of the beast. Zone stuff, wide zone, outside zone, inside zone, split zone, all that stuff, you could run it out of the beast. It's not a gimmick. It's just, you've seen there's compressed double tight end beast formations. You could see, I showed you there's unbalanced beast formations. There's spread beast formations where you could implement spread passing concepts and spread the field to run the ball out of the beast. So it's not a gimmick. All right. Just because it's a direct snap to a mobile quarterback or a running back doesn't mean all the other fundamentals of football aren't being practiced or aren't required to have a successful play. Everything from getting in a proper stance, you have to do it in the beast. Whether you're in a traditional I formation, you still got to back sneak good vision. They need to ball security. You need to practice standoff meshes because you direct snap to your back, but yes, they could also hand to another kid. So, it's not a gimmick. Beast offense is the most powerful offense in youth football. And if you're not, and you could build your whole offense around the beast, just run the beast with different formations. And if you got a running back, your best kid could probably throw the ball at least decently too. So you have a passing game out of it. So, you could build your whole offense around it, run the blast, sweep, ISO or trap, or even wedge, sweep, reverse, play action pass, and make that your offense out of different formations. Or you could just run the base beast formation, double tight ends, beast right, beast left, run blast, ISO, sweep, buck or counter away, and have a play action pass. So it could be it's a great offense to build. It's a great offense to be your offense. Just be a beast offense with multiple formations. And it's also a great offense just as a compliment. Like for us, it's more so a compliment. We are a wing T. We run our shotgun wing T, okay, our jet series, but we do run the beast. We'll run blast, sweep, counter, buck, and then we have a pass out of it. So we have 5 plays out of our beast. So it is a nice compliment. What's your favorite counter from Beast Tight or a good reverse? I've been writing down a few. I like the 2-3 counter. Weak side is good, and then reverse tight end. You know what, Coach? Shoot me an email, youthfootballonline@gmail.com. I'll send you my Beast bundle. I think that'll be a good one. But let me what formation? Let me go back. Beast Tight. I'll go. Give me a second. I'll go back. I'll draw it up for you right while we're here. All right, Beast Tight formation. Here. Then I share. I think. Okay. All right, Coach. I hope you could see this. All right, best counter out of this for me. I actually like Buck out of this, or you could run counter. But let me show you Buck, even though it's pretty much counter. We would do this. I'm not sure what age level you're coaching. This is what I would like. You could even pull this backside guard and wrap him too. Oops, sorry. There we go. I like this a lot, actually. You could go Buck here. As you could see, I'm a big Buck sweep guy or Buck, but I like this. You could have him pull kick. You could have him base here. You could run more so like a counter, a true counter look, where you do this. You could have him pull kick. Then you could have him wrap. Have the fullback go away, catch the direct snap, hand to the W coming back this way. So you could do a wing back counter. Just have the wing, maybe cheat in even more. You could do a reverse out of it. Definitely like a reverse out of this too. Could do this. Could do this. Do this. Have a wing reverse. Direct snap, so it kind of looks like sweep. He hands off, come back this way. If you don't want to pull, you could have him log. You could have him pull and lead this way. All right, you could run a tight end reverse. I've had a team do that to us out of a similar formation too. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Personally, for me, I like the wing back counter or this counter. Now with the H here too, if you're having problems with people blitzing over guards, you could insert this kid, pull kick, pull wrap, hand to this kid coming back. So that's more of a Buck look with the H inserting. And then as I showed you before, your straight up counter look, I like it like this. You could have him replace down, replace, then have him. This is the one I like, the wing back one. Because you're going to get action. The direct snap player is going to catch the snap, take a few steps like he's running sweep or blast, and he's going to do an inside handoff to the wing. The H is going to kick out. Backside guard's going to pull. I like having the fullback. You could even have him place in here if you're worried about. Sometimes when you pull your guards, like teams blitz over it. So if you're worried about that, he could replace in. He could come here. He'll hand here. Or you could just have him fake like he's lead blocking sweep, right? Looks like sweep action here. Goes, and he just executes an inside handoff to him coming here, and then we're wrapping, double, and then climb. So that's my favorite counter out of that. I hope you've seen that. And yeah, at 12 years old, man, let me get this off my screen here. And guys, my next live, I promise you, will be much smoother with navigating between the screens and stuff because this is a little rough. But and I kind of winged it. I honestly didn't really plan the live very well. I kind of just pulled up some game film, drew some plays up, and that's that. But yeah, man, this is great for 12U. Yeah, definitely add that in. Yeah, 10, 11, 12, man, that's a great age to run all this stuff. All right, guys, got a bunch of people in here. If you guys have anything you'd like me to discuss in the chat, doesn't even have to be the beast, man. I'll hang out with you guys for a little while. If you guys, are interested in talking some football. Usually I wouldn't go live in the middle of the day, but I do have like a lighter day at work where I'm pretty much a half day. So I started really early. I was able to get really just a half day in, so I had some time this afternoon. All right, Coach. Yeah, I'll check it out as soon as I get off this live. I'll check it. I'll check out your email. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Coach. I hope you guys have a good season too. If you ever need anything, reach out to me. This year, for us, I'm coaching 7th graders. We are really not very good. We are undersized and not a lot of great backs. So I think the Beast offense is going to be it's going to be a good offense for us. So offensive line wise, we're not too bad. We have 3 kids that are decent. The other 2 that are starters right now, not so much. But backfield's okay. We got 1 kid's a pretty good athlete, good size, but he's really raw. He's a newer player. Fundamentally wise, it's just nothing there. So I feel like we're going to start slow this year, but once they get playing, my kind of football and what we want to do, I think we'll be much better. But good luck to you, and yeah, appreciate all the support. Coach Deuce, what's your install order? It's a good question. Our install order is the first play we're installing. Yep, numbers, game, and attack. Absolutely. We outnumber them, just running down their throat, and there's really not anything they could do about it. But install order we'll go blast is our first play, so we'll go beast right, which is the top formation up here. Okay, we'll go beast right, beast left. We'll go 16 blast, 15 blast. Just get a double team on the play side. The outside back kicks out, inside back inserts, the back offset from the direct snap player leads block. So first play we're going to install out of our beast formation is blast. Second play is sweep. Third play is GH counter. All right, so we're going to pull the backside. This play is away from the beast. We're going to pull the backside. We're going to kick out. We're going to wrap that inside beast back. Quarterback's going to take 2 steps to the right. As that wrap player crosses his face, he bangs it back to the left. So we're going blast, sweep, counter away, buck. Okay, Buck is probably one of the last plays we installed, but last year we installed it pretty quickly. But I'll go blast, sweep, counter, and we'll have a sweep pass where our tight end to the play side will run a corner, and our inside wing back will run the flat, and we'll also have our backside tight end run a post, so we're kind of get that post corner vertical stretch and kind of put that safety in the bind. Safety flies over the top of the corner. We throw the post. Safety sits. We throw the corner. Most of the time, the corner route's open. So that'll be our sweep pass. So it's blast, sweep, counter, sweep pass, and then probably buck. And then we also, later in the season, will run ISO, which is an interior run. So that's our install order. Gap down linebacker, yep. And gap schemes are great for youth football. We don't really run much zone schemes, not because they're bad. It's one, like I never really ran it, so I feel my ability to coach it wouldn't be as good as it is teaching our gap schemes, just from so many years of running wing T stuff. Power, buck, trap, counter, those are all gap schemes. So, I'm able to coach that better. Zone schemes are good too. Inside zone, outside zone. You could build all your offense around those 2 plays. But I like gap schemes because, you're basically blocking down on the lineman inside you, right? It's down blocking. And that defensive lineman, his head is looking at the ball. Like, let's say you're D tackle, there's a defensive tackle, let's say in the B gap. His head is looking in at the ball. He's not even going to see the down block coming of our offensive tackle. So we're just plowing through that near hip of the defender that's not even going to see this block coming. So down blocking is a great equalizer too, because if you're undersized, very much like my team is this year, it's bad. These are the smallest 7th graders I ever seen. And once I get game film, I'll upload it to our YouTube. You guys can check it out. We are small, so the gap blocking is going to be kind of an equalizer to us because asking a kid to line up and just block the kid in front of them and drive them upfield It just isn't going to happen, especially with a team like mine this year. It's going to be a rough year up front for us. But like the down blocking, it's an equalizer. They're not going to see the block coming. Down blocking emphasizes, horizontal push. Like we want to wash them down rather than drive them forward. So it's much easier to wash them down when you're blocking through the side of the defender. It's much easier doing that than it is blocking a defender that's bigger than you head up and telling him to drive him downfield. It's not going to happen. The only time we ask our kids to get vertical push is on power or counter to the play side, but we'll double, right? Because one-on-one is just not going to happen. So the only time we'll ask kids to get a vertical push is on a power and counter, but we will double it, okay? And we don't have to – we could just stick to gap schemes on the power too. Like we won't block over or we won't double. We'll just down block. So the only time we'll ask a kid to – our kids to get vertical push on a defensive lineman is on our power or counter because we're doubling the play side nose. And we'll always use 2 to block 1, so we'll get that vertical push. So, that's just a quick reason why gap schemes are better than zone schemes, in my opinion. And again, it's just because I feel like I could coach gap schemes better. I never ran inside zone not one time in my career. I took some time to learn more about it, and it is a great scheme. I like inside zone. I like outside zone. But again, you can run inside zone, outside zone, gap schemes, all out of the beast, right? All right, still got a couple people in here, so I appreciate all you guys and the people that commented. I'll hang out for a few minutes here. If you guys have any more questions or anything, throw them in the chat, and I look forward to doing more of these. And guys, the people that are here, what topics would you be interested in us doing content on? Because I could pretty much talk about anything, any phase, any position, anything in football, scheme-wise, technique-wise. What are some topics you'd like us to discuss? And I definitely want to get guests on here because I know so many high-level coaches from high school, some college coaches, and a bunch of good youth coaches that I could get on here and we could do something cool too. Have some guests on here. But guys, if there's any topics that you want us to cover, throw them in the chat, and then we'll definitely, we'll do a live about it, or at the very least, I'll create a YouTube video for that content. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. I did it at a random time. I just said, you know what? Let's just see how this live goes. I think it went well. Went 40, almost 50 minutes now. So that's good. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate the couple coaches that engaged with it. Good luck this season. If you guys have any questions, or again, you have a topic you want us to cover, put it in the chat, or just send me an email, youthfootballonline@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to get some content covering the topic you want. All right, guys, take care. Good luck this season, and I'll see you guys soon.